Welcome to the video. This video is part 2 in a series in which we are building a WordPress plugin. The original video, the first video, we created a WordPress website and then had it install inside a Docker container. If you want to know how to do that, you can just go back to the previous video and watch it. The link will be in the description. And this is the actual website that we created. It is running inside our Docker container. I'll bring the Docker desktop here. So we have this container running. We have an image running here. We've got our images set up because we have a lot of different things going on. Here's our volumes. And of course, we have let me go back to the images. So what we have going on is we've got a MySQL, we've got WordPress, we've got PHP MyAdmin, and then let me just open this up so we can see. And then the SFTP so we can get in there. So everything's running and working great. Let's go ahead and get on to creating a WordPress plugin. We also have access to the database. This is a PHP MyAdmin. So I'm going to open up this folder here. I'm going to create a new folder, and we'll just call this, we'll just say coding AI. There we go. And that's going to be the name of our plugin. I'm just going to click on our cursor icon to open it up in Cursor. You don't have to use Cursor, but this is just going to allow us to use the composer, which you press Control-I to open up. Now I'm going to type in this prompt, and this will probably take quite a few, times of going back and forth and reiterating on this to get it to work the way we want to. But basically, we want to have a plugin, and we want the plugin to have an admin, side where you can set up a frequency. Basically, we're going to have it create blogs using the OpenAI API key. So we're going to want it to be able to create blogs, and we want to be able to set a frequency on that. So we would want it to set the title, and then, of course, the actual blog content. So let's go ahead and get started and think of a prompt here. So please create a WordPress plugin that has, let's say, that can create blogs, using, let's see, create blogs. Let's see that. Okay, so let's create a WordPress plugin that can auto create a blog using OpenAI API key, or we'll just say OpenAI API. For the admin side, we want to have a field, we'll say input field for entering the OpenAI key with, I'll say that will be stored encrypted. Let's see, we want the admin to be able to set the frequency of how often a blog is created and published. We also want a field that will be used for the system prompt to let the admin let's say set a character, say character style for the LLM so that it can use that for its way of creating each blog. I think that's good. Now, there's different ways we could go about this. We could go in parts and just like, okay, create a form for an admin page, and we want, and then describe the fields. Now have this save in the database. Now create a backend that will this. So I'm just going to kind of throw this out here and just see what happens, and then we might have to iterate on it. But I think that's good enough for now. So I'm going to go ahead and press enter. The smarter way is to do it piece by piece, but sometimes if you can have it just create everything at once, I mean, sometimes AI can do it and sometimes it can't. So, but if it can do it, then that's awesome. All right, so it is creating our plugin page here. So this right here, so this plugin page, this will be the name that shows up here. So if we go to our plugins, where's plugins? There it is. Oops. Plugins. You see this name right here, so that's where that's where that's going to be coming from. And then the description right here is going to go right here under the description. So then you can create the version. I mean, it'll show the version. We should have a version there, and then who it's created by. So let's see what it says here. So the author name, so we can fill out our name here, and then of course this is the version here. So this is looking good. We'll just go ahead and accept it. Let's see what it says. It's created, wow, it's already created 3 pages here. So the blog generator, let's see, so we got a function. Okay, this is decrypting the API key. So when it pulls it from the database, get option settings. Okay, that looks good. System prompt. Okay, very good. We asked for that. And the title, content, status, author 1. So it's going to default to creating the name. So whoever the number 1 user is. So I'm, we only have 1. So number 1 is the admin. So it will basically say that the post was created by, or the blog post was created by this person, whoever your number 1 is. And you can change that. We could even have it say random. We could expand on this as much as we wanted, but for now, I'm just going to keep it simple like this. So, okay, so here it is, the chat completion, and it's going with it's chosen the GPT-4 model for our OpenAI model, so that's good. And then content, generate a blog post about the current technology trend, including titles, content. And we could change this, say whatever we want, but this is the content that it's basically telling it this is what the blog should be. So we'll just leave that. Temperature, this is when you start getting the setting how accurate you want to specify exactly you want it to match what you're asking for, or if you want to give it to freedom to be more creative and that kind of thing. So and then we're setting the response with the timeout with that, and then we're going to return false for if we get an error. Okay, that looks good. Admin settings. So here we are on the admin side. So this will be the front page, and let's see what we got here. Yeah, the function sanitize. So okay, that's good. We're cleaning up things and keeping it secure and safe. And encrypt and decrypt, and here is where the HTML starts to come in here. Okay, well, that's the function to our form right here. So this is what our form is, and it's using WordPress standards, so that's really good. Everything's looking great here. Let's go ahead and accept everything. Get daily, weekly, monthly. I like that. Frequency. Text area for our system prompt. Okay, excellent. Let's go ahead and accept all. So now we've created this. So what we need to do now is if I go back to my folder here, see so one thing you could do is we could just go ahead and zip this. So if I right click on this and choose compress, there's two ways we could do this. We can zip it up and install it, or we can use the FTP and just go ahead and move this over. But I want it to see, to work like we would actually be installing this in a WordPress website. So let's go over to our plugins here, and we're going to go ahead and add new plugin, and then we want to upload a plugin. So let's just go ahead and bring our file here. And I'm just going to drag this over here. So we'll just drag this to our little choose file. So it's chosen that. We'll go ahead and click install. It's unpacking and installing the package could not be installed. Valid plugins were not found. Okay, so let's go back here and see what's going on here. Now I know sometimes, oh, okay. So that's why. So we're way down in here, so we need to go here. This is what we need to compress. So let's go ahead and try again. Let's compress this. So interesting that it created that folder structure inside of our let's go back and let's go to install, and we'll try this again. All right, let me just check and make sure the files are in this. Yeah, it's there. Okay, so we're in the right one now. So click to here, and we'll go ahead and click install. And this time it installed successfully. So now we can activate our plugin. And so the AI blog generator, and it should be over here. Let's see if it's put it in a menu somewhere. Okay. Tools. No. Oh, there it is. Okay, so it put it under settings. So we can go down here and click on the blog generator. And so we would need to add our OpenAI key, and then we can set the post frequency here, and then we can set up and it put in a default character here. So right, the character style of what you want the model to act like. So you're a professional blogger with expertise in technology and innovation. And so this is a pretty good start. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and get my Open API key in here, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've added our API key here. And if we go over to the database and we go down to options, and we filter this by ascending, so we can see our latest post here, or option added. So if I click edit here, we can look and we can see that it's saving the data. So we have our system prompt that it's saved here. And then it's also encrypted this OpenAI key here. So we can see that's all encrypted. And then we can see frequency is set to daily. So that's matching up exactly what we have going on here and what we wanted to do. So there's one more thing I'd like to do. I'd like it to be able to have where it can create a test, because we don't have a way to test those. We'd have to wait a day to see if this works. So I want to have it create the ability to click a button to test create one, just to make sure it's working. So let's go back to cursor, and I'm going to say, please add a button to the admin page that will create, I'll say, auto create a blog using the using what? We'll just say auto. It'll assume that it's going to do that. So let's go ahead and just create that, see what, or submit that. Okay. Okay, so it's made some changes. Let's see what it's done. There we go. So it's added a blog generator, it's added it to this function here. And then down here, it looks like we've got the button commit added here. So let's go ahead and accept all. Okay, we're going to go ahead and stop at this point. The video's gotten long, and we're going to go ahead and continue in a part three to test everything out. I have a feeling that video is going to be longer because we're going to have to start getting FTP to work and figuring out the button, getting that to work correctly and everything. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.